What is going on, people? It's time to talk about John Wick 3 Parabellum in Blu-ray and 4K. And if you didn't check out my movie review for John Wick 3 when it was out in theaters, you can check that out right up here. And if you like that video and you like this video, make sure you subscribe right down here because I do this all the time. And without any other further ado, let's get straight into the Blu-ray video quality, just because that's where I always start off. This movie looks really, really damn good on Blu-ray. And what else would you expect? This has always been a series that looked very good and has always one-upped itself. And it definitely one-ups itself here. What you have is just a more interesting color palette with so many, neon lights of New York. And that is always just awesome. And then you get into a lot of the lighting in the movie that is very harsh, and orange, and awesome. And just the color palette in this movie, I just really love. And then, you have detail that is excellent. You can see every strand on Keanu's face, and that is truly great. And then when you're getting into clarity, this was shot all digitally. It looks phenomenal. I am actually going to give this a 9 out of 10. And as for the 4K copy here, this movie was actually given a 2K digital intermediate. So this is actually upscaled to 4K. But don't worry about it because we are also given Dolby Vision support here. And what did I think of this? I thought it was excellent. I thought it was really, really, really damn good. And, right off the top, detail work is very nicely stepped up from the Blu-ray, and you get so many different close-ups that reveal so many different pores on Keanu's face and of all of our characters' faces, especially Ian McShane and Lawrence Fishburne. So you have that. You have the fact that this is shot digitally, which means that it is crystal clear with razor sharp edges all throughout, and there is not a soft element throughout this movie. And then when you're getting into the HDR here, now the HDR truly is a standout. You have the neon lights of New York that I talked about in that Blu-ray. They are stepped up here, and it's ridiculous. It is awesome. And then when you have just the blacks here, they are just pitch perfect. On the other side of things, when you're getting into John Wick going into the desert and that whole part of this film, you get such harsh lighting from the sun beating on John Wick. It is just great. And on top of that, the harsh lighting all throughout with the yellow hues that I mentioned on the Blu-ray is just emphasized here. And this is just a really expertly done. I wouldn't say it is reference quality material just because, I didn't notice such eye-popping HDR that I needed my sunglasses for. I feel like that would have pushed it over the edge. But what I will say is this is still awesome. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. But what is awesome is the audio quality here, and whether you watch this on Blu-ray or 4K, you get the same Dolby Atmos mix that I absolutely love. And, hey, I loved it in John Wick and in John Wick 2, so why wouldn't I love it here? You have speaker separation that is just excellent and top notch. There is... This might be one of the demos for speaker separation. And just a full-on just field of sound to this mix that is unbelievable. And then when you're getting into bass response here, it is insanely good. And that is something that I didn't expect. Bass response in this mix is amped up than any of the other John Wick movies, and I truly do love it. Straight from the beginning with the thunder and the rain, you hear it right off the bat as far as bass response goes. And then when you're getting into height speaker work, you can hear the thunder up above you. You can hear a lot of nuances like the rain. And there are just so many instances of height speaker work that were really given a lot of detail here that I feel like this is a 10 out of 10 all the way. I love this. And when you're getting into the digital copy here, this is a Movies Anywhere digital copy, which means that you can download this on iTunes and on Vudu, along with other streaming services, and get the 4K version with Dolby Atmos, I believe. And as far as special features here goes, there is a ton here, and all of them are on the 4K disc, which is great. You get so many featurettes that have to do with the horseback riding in the movie and those kind of stunts. And then when you get into a lot of the hand-to-hand combat, that has a separate featurette. There's a separate one that goes into a lot of the storytelling and the evolution of John Wick that they wanted to do for this movie. There is a whole lot here. And then you get the typical theatrical trailers and deleted scenes. This is a great amount of special features. And hey, they are all on the 4K disc. I'm actually going to give this an 8 out of 10. And getting into my last looks here. Look, this movie is just a whole lot of fun right off the top. It has the best opening that any John Wick film had, which is saying a lot because I love the opening in John Wick 2, but I like this even more. So you have that. You have just amazing, amazing action scenes. Some of the filling of the character of John Wick, getting us to know John Wick more, doesn't work, but there is still a lot more here, and I truly do like this movie. I like it even more than John Wick 2, to be quite honest with you. And if you didn't watch my video review for John Wick 3 Parabellum, I actually gave it a 9 out of 10. And when you add up all my scores for John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, you come out to a 36 out of 40. That is on Blu-ray and 4K. You know, just pick this up if you like this movie when it was out in theaters. You will not be disappointed with what you get. Everything about this disc is dynamite, and I truly do like it. And yeah, this is just a really excellent one to pick up. Like all of the other John Wick films, you know, they are all really good in Blu-ray and especially in 4K. So coming up next on the channel, I do have to get into Dark Phoenix. I will be actually recording that right after this video, as you can see with my X-Men shirt that I have on. So that will be coming up next. And if you have already seen it, just comment below. Let me know what you thought about that and about John Wick in 4K or Blu-ray for you guys that don't have the 4K capabilities. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. You guys are awesome. I don't even say it because you know it. And I will see all of you next time.